Title: North Korea's Grand Parade of Revenge, a nuclear retort or just smoke and mirrors? TLDR, a whopping 120,000 North Koreans reportedly hit the streets of Pyongyang, chanting about a nuclear war of revenge against Uncle Sam on the 73rd anniversary of the Korean War's outbreak. The whole show was a grand spectacle, with placards stating the entire US is within shooting range. But is this threat real or a sequel to a Hollywood flick? Let's dissect the scene. It was a typical day in North Korea. Well, if your definition of typical includes an ocean of people, about 120,000 strong, flooding the streets of Pyongyang, pledging to rain nuclear fire on the United States. It's a tough sell, but on this day, marking the 73rd anniversary of the Korean War, the atmosphere was as electrifying as a political rock concert. Cries for a war of revenge echoed through the air as placards danced around with rather unsettling statements, such as the whole US mainland is within our shooting range and the imperialist US is the destroyer of peace. A bold declaration, wouldn't you say? Now, as wild and hardcore as this sounds, we can't help but wonder, do they really mean it? Or is this just another edition of the rhetoric rumble? From an outsider's perspective, the scene was something straight out of a movie, and the pictures circulating the internet did little to dispel the dramatics. The problem? Verifying the authenticity of these photos is as tricky as deciphering an alien language, hence the buzz of skepticism that keeps buzzing like a stubborn fly. So, let's dive deeper. This narrative of revenge, this vision of a nuclear showdown, should we be concerned? Is this display just a typical case of bravado or a veiled threat with real substance? Whatever it is, one thing's for sure, North Korea knows how to put on a show. But here's a thought to chew on, my friends, aren't we all just pawns in this grand game of global chess? Where does this leave us, the spectators, and where does it push those who are the subjects of such impassioned threats? Is North Korea's grandstand a statement of impending action or a bluff to keep us on our toes? And now for the million-dollar question. What do you think? Is this a real threat to the US, or just another page in North Korea's book of saber-rattling? Is the pen truly mightier than the sword, or should we start worrying about the weapons instead of the words? Disclaimer: this article does not provide any form of advice or recommendation. It is intended purely for information and discussion purposes. Any actions or decisions taken based on this article's content are entirely at the reader's discretion.